The Odd Ones Out, the visual confessional. In the strange competitive landscape of internet confession, where personal vulnerability has become the most valuable currency, there exists a particular breed of digital theologian, not preaching from pulpits or monasteries, but from behind simplistic stick figures that somehow convey more humanity than most flesh and blood personalities ever manage. This is the story of the Odd Ones Out. While aspiring filmmakers were bankrupting themselves at prestigious film schools, learning techniques they'd never use, a young animator hits upload for the first time. $0, 0 subscribers. The digital equivalent of opening a confessional booth in an abandoned mall. The humble, unassuming beginning of what would become not just a channel, but a cultural touchstone. August 2014, first animation upload, $20 in revenue. The economic value of approximately 2 hours of minimum wage work, or roughly the cost of the drawing tablet used to create it. The stark irony of animation, where hours of solitary labor result in minutes of public consumption. March 2015, 100 subscribers, $100 in revenue, $120 cumulative. The kind of audience that wouldn't fill the average high school detention hall. The strange arithmetic of early content creation, where the hourly wage works out to pennies, yet something compels you to continue. September 2015, first viral video, school stories, $500 in revenue, $620 cumulative. The discovery of the universal within the personal, that remarkable alchemy where specific memories resonate across generations and geographies. The moment when confession transforms from therapy to entertainment. January 2016, 1,000 subscribers, $1,000 in revenue, $1,620 cumulative. The statistical threshold where friends stop asking, "Why are you doing this?" and start asking, "How are you doing this?" The digital equivalent of a local band that can reliably fill a dive bar on weeknights. June 2016, full-time YouTube commitment. $5,000 in revenue, $6,620 cumulative. The leap of faith that previous generations would find incomprehensible, abandoning conventional employment for the volatile alchemy of turning personal neuroses into public content. The unexpected inversion where oversharing becomes not a liability, but a career path. February 2017, 100,000 subscribers, $25,000 in revenue, $31,220 cumulative. 1 award. The stunning milestone where more people voluntarily listen to your awkward adolescent confessions than will attend most Broadway productions in their entire run. July 2017, first sponsorship. Squarespace slides into the DMs with $50,000, $81,220 cumulative. 1 award. The unexpected validation that comes when corporations begin treating internet personalities not as digital oddities, but as legitimate marketing channels. The moment when doodling stories from your childhood becomes not just content, but commerce. January 2018, 1 million subscribers, $200,000 in revenue, $281,220 cumulative. 2 awards. The statistical anomaly where more people watch your animated confessions than will read most best-selling memoirs. The counterintuitive math where stick figures outperform prose. June 2018, first book deal, $300,000 in revenue, $581,220 cumulative. 2 awards. The circular journey where digital success leads back to analog formats. The fascinating validation that comes from traditional publishing, not because it's necessary, but because it's a trophy to be collected. May 2019, 10 million subscribers, $750,000 in revenue, $1,331,220 cumulative. 3 awards. The mind-numbing milestone where more people voluntarily engage with your content than the population of most European capitals. The staggering reality where animated confession generates more viewership than most Hollywood productions. August 2019. YouTube Diamond Play Button. Estimated $50,000 in value. 3 awards. The curious materialization of digital success. A physical object commemorating achievement in a virtual space. The unique ritual where Silicon Valley acknowledges digital priesthood with physical totems. October 2019. Mental health advocacy. Estimated $200,000 in indirect revenue. 3 awards. The fascinating evolution where confession becomes not just entertainment, but medication. Where the sharer of neuroses becomes the healer of them. The transformative power of animated vulnerability to normalize the abnormal. February 2020. First graphic novel published. $500,000 in revenue. $1,831,220 cumulative. 4 awards. The expansion from short-form confessional to long-form narrative. The remarkable alchemy where personal anecdotes transform into cultural artifacts with commercial value. July 2020. TikTok channel launch. $250,000 in revenue. $2,081,220 cumulative. 4 awards. The expansion to new platforms, like a religious movement establishing missions in unconquered territories. The constant need to colonize emerging technologies before they become saturated. November 2020, 15 million subscribers, $1 million in revenue, $3,081,220 cumulative. 5 awards. The continued growth curve that defies conventional metrics of saturation. The bewildering reality where more people voluntarily consume this content than will see most Academy Award-winning films. March 2021. Oddballs Netflix announcement. $1,500,000 in revenue. $4,581,220 cumulative. 5 awards. The leap from self-publishing to mainstream distribution. The intriguing validation that comes when traditional media giants acknowledge digital innovators, not because the validation is needed, but because the audience is coveted. January 2022, 20 million subscribers, $2 million in revenue, $6,581,220 cumulative. 6 awards. The statistical absurdity where a single creator with a simple drawing style commands an audience larger than most global entertainment corporations. The remarkable inversion where minimalism outperforms production value. June 2022. First voice acting role. $300,000 in revenue. $6,881,220 cumulative. 6 awards. The natural progression from creating voices to becoming one. The compelling life cycle where the outsider eventually becomes insider, where the observer becomes participant. April 2023. 25 million subscribers. $2,500,000 in revenue. $9,381,220 cumulative. 7 awards. The continued defiance of conventional saturation metrics. The astonishing reality where stick figure confessions outperform most traditional media in both reach and revenue. March 2024. Projected. 30 million subscribers. $3 million in revenue. $12,381,220 cumulative. 8 awards. The ongoing proof that authenticity, even when filtered through simplistic animation, remains the most valuable commodity in the attention economy. July 2024. Projected. 2nd Netflix series. Estimated $2 to $5 million in potential revenue. 8 awards. The noteworthy evolution where digital confession becomes mainstream entertainment. Where the personal becomes not just content, but franchise. The captivating alchemy where vulnerability becomes intellectual property. January 2025. Projected. 35 million subscribers. $3,500,000 in revenue. $15,881,220 cumulative. 9 awards. the statistical reality where more people voluntarily engage with this content than the population of most countries. June 2025, projected. Feature film deal, rumored. Estimated $3 to $8 million in potential revenue. 9 awards. The final conquest of traditional media, the distinctive life cycle where digital disruption eventually embraces the formats it was supposedly replacing. Where confession becomes not just content, but cinema. February 2026, projected. 40 million subscribers, $4 million in revenue, $19,881,220 cumulative, 10 awards. The mind-numbing milestone where a stick figure artist commands an audience larger than most global religions. In the final analysis, what TheOdd1sOut represents isn't just an animation style or content strategy. It's a reinvention of confession for the digital age. A demonstration that vulnerability, when filtered through humor and simplified visuals, becomes not weakness, but strength. Not exploitation, but connection. And if you're wondering what this means for our understanding of authenticity, privacy, or the future of personal narrative, I suspect we're witnessing the evolution of a new kind of confessional tradition. One where Catholic whispers through wooden screens have been replaced by stick figures on digital platforms. Where the absolution comes not from clergy, but from comment sections. Where "you're not alone" becomes not just comfort, but commercial empire.